Was there some late showers that hit?
Yeah, overnight we had a front come through with some rain, so the grounds are a little bit wet. The front is through, not raining anymore, but it is a little bit damp out there.
Right. So
looks gray.
yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, like yesterday, it's hard to see outside of the camera this morning. We've got the clouds and some fog. Temperatures are in the upper 30s. It's 39 degrees in Springfield right now with those low and thick clouds. It's a north and west wind at 9 miles per hour. So again, that tells us that the front is through. We've only got 2 miles visibility in Springfield, 10 in Branson, and 4 in Fort Leonard Wood, a half a mile up in Rolla. You could see those clouds are widespread and thick, but we're done with the rain. It's just going to be damp and soggy on your way to work and school. Also much colder. Temperatures are about 10 to 15 degrees colder on the back side of that front. It's 39 degrees in Springfield, 43 in Ava, and 47 degrees in West Plains as that cold air pulls in on north and northwest winds. So we're starting out damp this morning. Rain returns late, probably around or after dismissal time. A little bit of a dry but cloudy spell in between. Temperatures chilly today, 45 degrees by dismissal, with those showers starting to arrive. Lots to talk about in full weather. First flakes, hard freeze, record cold Halloween. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. We'll do that coming up in 10 minutes.
Transportation is a basic need, and especially for seniors.
And if you're a senior in Greene County and need help getting places, there's a new transportation option for you as a local rideshare company is offering new services to help seniors travel. Cargo, it's a partnership that offers free rides to seniors in Greene County to certain places like the doctor's office or the grocery store. You don't use an app to request a ride, though. You can actually call to set up an appointment to get picked up. Kenan Choate says Cargo aims to help seniors who aren't used to new technology.
We know that these older adults are uncomfortable with operating our app that we have available for the Springfield market. So we actually have created a phone number where they can call into our call center here and book their ride to and fro.
And if you want more information on this, you can give Senior Age a call to see if you're eligible. You can also find a link to Senior Age on our website.
Moving on to a traffic alert, a bridge near Willard has been closed because it's falling apart. The Greene County Route BB bridge is located northeast of Willard. MoDOT says the bridge was built in 1939 and about 400 vehicles drive over it every day. A recent inspection showed the bridge's deteriorating condition, which led to its immediate closure yesterday. MoDOT says there will be no sign detour, but you will see signs and message boards alerting drivers of the closure. Route BB Bridge is expected to reopen on December 31st.
In a look around the Ozarks for you, vape shops in Greene and Webster counties can soon expect inspections. The Division of Alcohol and Tobacco Control is sending out inspectors sometime next month to check for violations of youth tobacco laws. Now, this is part of the executive order signed earlier this month by Governor Mike Parson. Youth tobacco laws prohibit the sale of tobacco products, including vape items, to those under 18. However, the CDC reported this month that there were 22 vaping-related illnesses, and a majority of those people were from between the ages of 15 and 24. Shops found violating any laws could receive citations.
The city of Ozark is learning more about light pollution. That's what keeps you from being able to clearly see the stars. And now there's a special device on top of City Hall that will help collect data on how bright the city is at night.
This is the meter. They told us that they've named these after the Star Wars characters, so this is Luke. Once a week we will pull this out, we will read the data, and then again submit that to the Missouri IDA to kind of evaluate that data.
City officials plan to move it around to see what light pollution is like in different parts of the Ozarks.
In some medical coverage for you, a Central Arkansas doctor is trying to help do his part to stop the opioid epidemic that he says plagues the entire state. Hillary Hunt explains how he's working to find new pain treatment methods that don't involve pills.
I said, "You mean I'm going to have to live like this the rest of my life?" And he said, "Yes."
Not the answer Kansas City homeowner Gene Hokinson expected to hear.
I had incredible pain.
And the only treatment seemed to be prescriptions after multiple failed knee surgeries, until she drove across state lines to UAMS.
A lot of patients are taking a large amount of medication to try to get out of pain, and they often realize that they're still in pain.
Dr. Jonathan Gorey specializes in pain management.
One of the challenges that we've run into is there's definitely an epidemic.
Gorey is leading the charge in getting pills out of patients' hands with new and innovative solutions to relieve pain like Jean was having.
Neuromodulation devices, they can be placed at any point kind of in the connection from the painful area up to the brain.
They look like this and are controlled by an iPod Touch. The ultimate goal, alleviating the pain that more than 500,000 Arkansans suffer from without the pills.
I think right now we're starting to really look into researching those treatments.
Gorey's methods working for patients like Jean, who say her life is finally getting back on track.
It has given back my life, which for 2 years and 9 months has been altered.
Dr. Gorey is currently looking for volunteers with chronic lower back pain to take part in more pain studies.
Still ahead for you this morning on Daybreak, Boeing's CEO testifies before Congress 1 year after the deadly crash in Indonesia.
And Apple is out with a new version of its AirPods. We'll explain. That's in your Money Watch.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak. And now weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. We're starting out looking spooky again across the Ozarks. We've got those clouds hanging low and some fog developing on the backside of our front. It's 39 degrees in Springfield on north and west winds at 9 miles per hour. That tells us that the front is through. 2 miles visibility in Springfield, also up in Fort Leonard and a half a mile in Rolla. So be careful for that patchy visibility again this morning. Clouds are hanging tight and thick across the Ozarks. We're mostly cloudy to overcast, but the rain is over for now. now. We'll just keep the clouds through the rest of the day. Temperatures are humbling on the backside of that front, about 10 to 15 degrees cooler, starting out at 39 degrees in Springfield and in Rolla. Still a warmer 47 in West Plains, but expect temperatures to head downhill. That's because we have Storm 1 exiting, right? Yesterday we talked about 2 storms that we had to get through. Well, here's number 1 with that front. That's exiting here this morning, but the clouds are hanging tight. Storm number 2 still brewing out to the west. We've got to get through that tonight and into tomorrow. The bigger deal with storm number 2 is that on the backside of it is the coldest air that we've had so far this season. We've got a cool shot number 1 coming in now, but an even bigger cool shot number 2, cold shot I should say, is coming in as we head towards Halloween. And you can see those 2 different temperature plunges here on that 24-hour temperature change map. There's that chilly plunge today and even colder air on its way by Halloween. So with colder air wrapping in behind that second storm, we're going to have a mostly rain event. It's going to be rain tonight, all day tomorrow. But then as this thing exits and that cold air starts to come in, we could start to get some mixed precipitation, maybe a little bit of freezing rain, freezing drizzle, and then some of our first flakes on the backside of this by Thursday morning before the whole thing clears. So taking a look hour by hour, today we're mostly dry, just really cloudy and chilly and damp. Showers start to break out late this afternoon and evening from southwest to northeast. Rain becomes more widespread overnight. Tonight it's going to be a cold rain with temperatures in the upper 30s. Still no wintry stuff yet. As we head through the day tomorrow, we're looking at showers all day, pretty widespread rain, widespread clouds, and temperatures still pretty chilly in the middle 40s. Then as we wrap up tomorrow evening and into the overnight, here comes that cold air, and you can see some of these pinks and some of these blues, that little bit of wintry mix and flurries starting to get in there on the backside, those temperatures dipping to and below freezing by Thursday morning. As far as the rain part of this, we could get widespread about an inch of rain, so maybe some localized flooding concerns if you are too saturated. Again, showers start late this afternoon through tomorrow. It's going to be a cold rain with about 1 inch totals. Ends with a mix or flurries early Thursday. No road impacts because the ground is still pretty warm and this will be very light. Then a hard freeze is coming that could give way to a record cold Halloween. The record for coldest high temperature on Halloween is 39 degrees from 1993. And I think we could hit that, at least tie it, if not be even colder, some spooky cold there. So by the time the kids go trick-or-treating, looking at bone-chilling temperatures in the 30s, looking at that hour by hour during that trick-or-treat time, we're in the upper 20s and lower 30s by late in the evening. So the kids are absolutely going to need to be bundled. It will at least be dry with some clearing skies. After that, worry about the plants, the pipes, the pets. Hard freezes, a couple of them by Friday morning and then into the weekend. 45 degrees today, cloudy, chilly with some showers coming in late. A cold rain tonight at 39 degrees, chilly rain tomorrow, 44, cloudy, and again, we'll have those showers pretty widespread. Couple of flurries possible by Thursday morning and then cold for Halloween, cold sunshine through the weekend.
Wall Street rallied to open the week. The Dow gained 132 points. The Nasdaq was up 82. The S&P 500 added 16, closing at an all-time high. The trading day started off with a boost when President Trump told reporters he expects to sign a very big portion of the trade deal with China ahead of schedule. President Trump is expected to meet with Chinese President Xi next month at a summit in Chile. Boeing's CEO will tell Congress today the company made mistakes related to the 2 deadly crashes involving the 737 MAX jets. In remarks released ahead of his testimony before the U.S. Senate Commerce Committee, Dennis Muhlenberg says Boeing is still learning from those accidents. Today is the anniversary of the Lion Air crash in Indonesia that killed 189 people. Another 157 people died in Ethiopia this past March. Nearly 3 years after the debut of the AirPods, Apple is out with a noise-canceling version. The white earbuds, out tomorrow, will sell for $249. Apple says the active noise cancellation continuously adapts the sound signal 200 times per second to allow users to focus on what they're listening to. The regular, less expensive AirPods without noise cancellation will still be sold. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Wendy Gillette.
3 years of those AirPods. Not a lot of people talk about them, though.
I know. Well, that's because it's a status thing now. You don't talk about them, you just wear them.
Gotcha.
And ignore everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
sorry.
my hot take. Up next, we have sports. The college basketball season begins next week.
Yeah, the Bears and Lady Bears continue to get ready for the real deal. We'll have an update coming up.
The Coach Mox era at Missouri State tipped off last night with the Lady Bears' first exhibition game of the season. In our Bear Nation report, Amaka Agugwa Hamilton took over from Kelly Harper after she took over her alma mater over at Tennessee. Coach Mox will get a look at her new team last night against Lincoln, and then Friday night against Southwest Baptist. Lady Bears running early. Alexa Willett on the fast break takes it to the rack for a 4-0 start for the Lady Bears. Later in that quarter, the press would force a steal, and Jasmine Franklin gets the easy two. The Lady Bears were up 15-0, and then later off another steal, Ellie Ruffridge would take it down the floor behind her back and then knocks down the elbow J. 21-0 Missouri State start. And we have more from the junior. She receives a pass from Bryce Caleb here, hits the corner three. She had 13 points on the night. Just before the end of the quarter, Sydney Manning would get in on the fun. She hits a corner three. 36-5 at the first quarter buzzer. The Lady Bears were up. Second quarter, the lone freshman newcomer Trinity Knapp would get in the books with this three-pointer. Lady Bears would win 109-32. It was a special night for everyone, including Coach Mox.
You know, I'm somebody who's just super passionate. I like energy. I preach that all the time to them. So, you know, sometimes you just got to control your energy a little bit. But I was so excited I couldn't sleep last night. You know, I'm one of those people. So, honestly, hearing my name, I turned around and looked at my husband, and he was kind of like getting a little emotional. So that was a cool moment. But after that, it was just game time.
Missouri State's run through the teeth of the Valley Football Conference has one more stop. In our Bear Nation report, Missouri State will host South Dakota State on Saturday afternoon. The Jackrabbits will be the third straight top 10 team that the Bears have played. Missouri State lost to #1 North Dakota State and 10th ranked Northern Iowa. South Dakota State is ranked 5th in the latest FCS coaches poll. The Bears are 1-6. They've lost 3 in a row, but Missouri State coach Dave Steckel says his team is improving and still has its head up.
I think the attitude and the culture of our team is fantastic. I keep repeating myself. And the difference is these guys love to win, they love to compete, and they haven't won. They work their tails off. They work so hard out there, okay? They're very united with each other, and their work ethic is impeccable. And back in the old days, you lose a game, I thought there was a party going on. I thought we won games, okay? Now it's unbelievably somber. It's somber on Sundays, and they just want to win just as bad as I do.
I'm Dan Lucy with your morning sports.
Gloomy outside as we take a look out there today. It was that way a lot of the day yesterday too.
Yeah, it looks like Halloween out there for sure.
Yeah, it's a good job. It's a very gray week, right?
Yeah, today and tomorrow will be with the clouds. They'll hang around. We'll have some showers. Going to be damp. Pretty spooky looking. We're starting out with the clouds and fog this morning. You can see it's hard to see outside the camera. It's 39 degrees. North winds at 12 miles per hour. That tells us a cold front has come through this morning. We do have some fog concerns. Half-mile visibility in Rolla, 7 miles in Springfield, and 10 in Branson. Clouds are pretty thick and widespread, not squeezing out rain though. We're done with the rain for now. Temperatures are much colder at the bus stop by about 10 to 15 degrees in spots. We're dropping to 39 degrees in Springfield, 41 in Branson. Still a little bit more mild to the south and east, but you guys will start to tumble too. By dismissal, man, a grade of an F. Clouds, temperatures in the 40s. We'll have some showers by dismissal, and a little bit after that, it's just going to be another one of those chilly, rainy days. We'll have mostly just some dry conditions with cloud cover in the afternoon. Showers start to break out around dismissal time and then fill in more tonight. We're looking at a cold rain tonight with temperatures in the upper 30s. Then by tomorrow, we keep that rain around. Temperatures very chilly again in the 30s and 40s. Then cold air wraps around this thing. We could have a little bit of a freezing drizzle, if not a few flurries, overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning as temperatures drop below freezing. We're looking at about an inch of rain out of this system between today and tomorrow before those flakes start flying around. If you need to rake the leaves, today is a bad day, tomorrow's a bad day. Thursday might still be a little bit breezy, so just the next couple of days, just pretty nasty for outdoor stuff. We could be looking at one of the coldest Halloweens we've seen in quite some time. The record cold high on Halloween is 39 degrees from 1993, and I think we'll at least hit that in the afternoon. So if we hit 39 for a high, that means the kiddos are trick-or-treating at night with temperatures in the upper 20s and lower 30s. It's going to be spooky cold for Halloween. We're looking at those temperatures again. The earlier you go, the better it will be, but still going to be pretty spooky and chilling as we head through the evening.
Up next, the Kincaid fire in California has destroyed dozens of homes and businesses.
Fire officials now have a timeline on when they hope to be able to have it put out. Welcome back, everyone. CAL FIRE says it doesn't expect to have the Kincaid fire in the northern part of the state fully contained until next week. It could still take weeks or months, and it has already burned an area twice the size of San Francisco. And then in Los Angeles, residents are realizing how quickly the Getty fire exploded, with a lot of evacuations happening there. CBS's Laura Podesta reports this morning.
Firefighters in California's wine country are racing against Mother Nature.
We're playing both offense and defense right now on two different sides of the fire.
The hurricane-force winds that have fueled the Kincaid fire died down yesterday, giving crews a chance to dig in.
We're trying to build more containment lines because we're expecting the winds to shift.
The Northern California wildfire has destroyed dozens of homes and businesses since it started last Wednesday.
Kincaid remains the most vexing and challenging.
The strong winds are expected to pick back up today.
This event will be another California-wide weather event.
Further south in Los Angeles, the Getty fire swept through some of the country's most exclusive neighborhoods early Monday morning.
It was really scary because I thought, what if the fire could catch on our house?
Among the thousands of residents who had just minutes to flee, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who called firefighters the true action heroes.
Folks are going to be out of their homes for a while. It is an inconvenience, but it's a necessity here.
More than 1,100 firefighters battled that blaze from the ground and the air.
They were literally overwhelmed. They had to make some tough decisions on which houses they were able to protect.
California's utility companies say they could again cut power to about 2 million people up and down the state to prevent more fires. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
While flames are approaching the J. Paul Getty Museum, it has been spared so far. Officials with the museum say its artwork is protected with state-of-the-art technology. Up next for you this morning, a contract with the Vernon County Jail to house Springfield inmates is expiring.
We'll explain how it changes things for the city of Springfield. That's coming up next on Daybreak.
Good morning, my name is Betty. I go to Sunshine Elementary School. Today is October 29th, and the lunch menu is nacho cheese, walking taco, cheeseburger, green beans, and carrots, fresh red peppers, and fresh apple slices.
Welcome back to Daybreak this morning. It's Tuesday, October 29th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Moreno, as we are waking up to, as Elisa was saying earlier, a bit of a gray week right now, right?
Yeah, and
3 days.
yucky.
Yeah, very Halloweenish, very fallish, very don't want to get out of bed.
We all made it here, though, so there's hope for you.
We made it here, yeah.
We're just missing the blankets and the fluffy socks. Should have took those with us.
That's what's needed, right? For this sort of weather?
Yeah, we could probably scrounge some up from the newsroom.
Should have taken them with us. We've got like a 1-2 punch of some cooler air and clouds coming in. So punch number 1 is coming in now.
Yeah.
With things a little bit chillier. Punch number 2 comes in time for Halloween, unfortunately.
That is tough, yeah. So keep your eyes here all week because the big Halloween day is still a couple of days away. Very gloomy out there as we look outside now, though, huh?
Yeah, we've got clouds out there this morning and some fog. We had a cold front come through overnight, so the roads are wet from the rain that we had last night. Temperatures are now turning cold. It's 39 degrees in Springfield on north winds at 12 miles per hour. You can see it's hard to see out there this morning. Quarter-mile visibility in Branson, 7 miles in Springfield, and 3 in Fort Leonard Wood this morning. Clouds are widespread and thick. It's mostly cloudy, but we're done with the rain for now. Temperatures have tumbled about 10 to 15 degrees from this time yesterday. It's 39 in Springfield, 36 in Clinton, 41 in Branson. Still holding on to milder temperatures south and east, but that will change as we head through the day today because these north winds are going to bring in that cooler air mass. So we're starting out a little bit damp this morning. Dry conditions this afternoon, but still cloudy, chilly, and damp. And then rain returns by the evening commute. So we're looking at some showers maybe around dismissal, but especially after that, temperatures still chilly around 45 degrees. Lots of headlines here. Maybe our first flakes, a hard freeze, temperatures really struggling on Halloween into record territory for those daytime highs. I've got lots of fun stuff to talk about. We'll do that coming up in 10 minutes.
All right, Elisa, we'll see you then. In the meantime, we go to some news around the region. A local jail is making a big change in how it handles inmates from outside the area, a switch that could help boost the budget. The Vernon County Sheriff is overhauling his program to house inmates from outside the agency, but it ends a contract with the city of Springfield and begins a new one with Kansas City.
These inmates will basically be just coming down here to be housed.
Which is a big change from the old agreement with the city of Springfield.
Main difference between the two contracts is Springfield currently requires us to do video court for them every day, which does take up time of staff inside of our jail. We do transportation for them every day.
Vernon County Sheriff Jason Mosher points out the new contract has bigger payments from the city of Kansas City.
It'll bring in over $1 million to the county through 2019's budget. Which is extremely important to the Sheriff's Office operation budget.
That translates to a wide range of improvements at the Sheriff's Office.
The revenue that's come in from the jail is what's helped keep our vehicles updated and replaced, our increased training that we've done. We've added more road deputies than what we used to have. So that's paying for a big part of the Sheriff's Office budget.
But security is still number one. Kansas City inmates won't be released from the Nevada lockup, but will be taken back to KC before they're released. And the jail will never turn away Vernon County cases.
Our priority is our local inmates. We hold those. If the judge sends them to jail, they're going to be held in our jail.
The Springfield contract ends this week, although the jail will continue to hold up to 10 inmates for Springfield, space permitting. The jail has been averaging 40 or so Vernon County inmates and about 30 or more from Springfield.
In Benton County, the Siloam Springs Fire Department responded to a gas explosion after a private contractor was removing an old fuel tank and it caught fire. It happened where an old gas station still stands. Battalion Chief Adam Rusk says the contractor was using a hot saw that ignited a spark and caused the explosion. The ADEQ was on site when this happened.
The contractor had done everything by the book, and that just was one of those unfortunate circumstances where they did not get everything out of the tank like they thought they had. They spent hours before this purging the tank with fresh air, trying to remove anything that was left over.
A lot of confusion, people kind of running over trying to make sure everybody was all right. We weren't sure if somebody was in the ditch with it when it blew. We just knew they were trying to get to it and they were hollering for ambulances.
One person suffered minor injuries but refused treatment.
People who live in Rogers, Arkansas were in a rush to clean up storm debris. Yesterday was the one day the city said it would go through neighborhoods and collect debris. Exactly 1 week after 2 tornadoes hit Benton County, there's still a lot of cleanup to get done. Community members and businesses came together to help each other get as much done as possible by the deadline.
He was doing it by himself, and when we showed up, he was ecstatic. I mean, it's like the cavalry come in, you know. And but everybody on the street is blessed for not losing anything more than just some materialistic things.
I get what I can get out here.
That was Robbie Williams with the TNT Tree Service. He also added that he thinks it will take about another week to get some neighborhoods completely cleaned up.
In less than a year, you won't be able to board a plane using your Missouri license unless it meets real ID requirements. The new guidelines begin October 1st of 2020. A new study shows 3 out of 4 people are not ready for that change, and some aren't even aware of that deadline. Officials at the Springfield-Branson National Airport will be talking to us this week and will share what you need to know so you aren't left grounded next October.
We've got a damp start out there this morning. Roads are wet from overnight rain, but it's not raining right now. We also have some patchy fog. Visibility is at 7 miles in Springfield.